listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is a lovely day here in Gwinnett County. I was out early this morning. It was beautiful too. You know, I like it when it's not raining. I like it when it's not too hot. It was just really nice, and we're gonna have a beautiful day today. Right now it's 76 degrees, going up to a lovely 89. Now that's kind of hot. 89 is a little bit warm, but that's okay. It's still beautiful, Hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I had a pretty busy weekend, actually. I went to the football game, so shout out to the Grayson Rams, baby. Grayson Rams and did it 2 weeks in a row. Yes, they won both games. They won the game last Friday night. Last Saturday night, they played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium against Eagles Landing, and then they played against, who they played against the first night? They played against Eagles Landing this past Friday night. They won that game too, and then they won the game before. God, there's somebody from Marietta, I forgot. But they won the first two games. So shout out to the Grayson Rams. Yeah, you know I gotta follow Grayson Rams because my nephew played for Grayson Rams. He's a sophomore. He's a starting cornerback. He follows in his father's and his brother's footsteps as a cornerback. So, you know, and my brother is a high school football coach at South Gwinnett, and my nephew is a college football coach at Akron, Ohio. So, and then they all play football. So we're a football family. So I'll be following all the games. So I was at the game last Saturday night when they played at the Mercedes-Benz. I think I told y'all that horrible story about them $49 tickets for babies. And then they play Friday night. So Grayson Rams doing this thing. Now listen, Grayson has a good team. So that's not anything that's, you know, unusual for us. You know, Grayson has been doing great. But it's always cool when you get to go to the game and there's a win. Now I can tell you this though. When there's really no competition, it's like, you got to sit through the whole game. Like I struggle to sit through games when there's no competition. And we figured it was going to be no competition right out the gate because in the first 7 minutes, not even 7, I think, like 6 minutes, they had already scored 2 touchdowns. It was like, my husband had said, though, he's like, this is going to be a blowout. This is before we left home. But, you know, I wasn't really thinking, wasn't really paying too much attention. So we got to the game. In the first 6 minutes, Grayson scored 2 touchdowns. I was like, yeah, this is going to be a horrible game. So the Eagle Landing they got on the board. I think they got 12 points, and we got like 32 or something. So it was almost a blowout. But anyway, love Friday night football. I'll be right at the game this coming Friday, God willing. They're going to be playing Lakewood in Atlanta now. I'm not excited about driving to Atlanta. However, you know, I support my nephew wherever he goes. I've always supported them. My brother played football. I went up and down the highway for him. My nephew played football. I went up and down the highway for him. Love football. You know, my brother started playing football when he was like 6 years old. And I always tell people, I always tell my people that I didn't learn what a coach was until I was about 31 years old. My brother has had a coach all his life because he started out in football. He played baseball and he played basketball. He fell in love with football. So he's had a coach since he was the age of 6 years old. So he know what it's like to be coached. You know what's crazy about that is when I think about that now in my life and where I am, and understanding the importance of having coaches, it's amazing because you get to have someone who holds you accountable for the things that you say you want, right? And that's important, you know. And I think about how my brother is, and my mom she was a single parent, and she knew that she did not want my brother to get caught up in the streets. We grew up in Newark. Newark was rough. It's still rough. But, you know, we came out of there, and we came out there cool. I didn't learn but I was good. So my brother wasn't bad. He wasn't bad at all because he was in sports all the time. But, you know, nobody felt like they had to worry about me because I was a smart girl. You know, I read a lot of books and things like that because I did, and I love books. So she didn't worry about me, but she was worried about my brother. And when we got to Newark, she was even more worried. And so she put him in sports when we were in Albany, Georgia. And when we got to Jersey, she kept him in sports. So he stayed in sports all year round. And but that's what has made him the man he is today. But that's what makes him so relatable to the kids, because he grew up in the inner city. He knows what it likes for us to be on welfare and getting in the cheese line. So for people that don't know what the cheese line is, child, let me tell y'all real quick. And I ain't gonna keep y'all with all these stories. Let me tell y'all what the cheese line is, right? So, oh Lord, and we used to hate this. My brother, I don't know if my brother hated it as much as I did, because I'm like one of those people like, well, yeah, he's probably worse than me though. I'm easily embarrassed, and I don't know if he's as worse as I am, but I used to hate standing in the cheese line, right? And so now I don't know if they did that to do that down here in Georgia, or if they did it in Georgia, but they certainly did it in Jersey. So we lived on 19th Street in Newark, right? And so there was a little organization. It was a nonprofit. It was called Tri-City, and it was down the street in the 500 block of 19th Street. I lived in the 700 block of 19th Street. So my mother's best friend lived in the 500 block. She lived exactly across the street from the Tri-City. So every time it was time for the cheese and butter to come out, with cheese, butter, I think, and flour, they would bring out all this cheese and butter and flour. And the people from like the whole entire block would just get in line to get the cheese and the butter and the flour. But we knew early that it was coming out, because my mother's best friend, her name was Sarah, she lived across the street. So she had like firsthand intel. So as soon as they would let her know the cheese and butter was coming, she would call my mother. My mother, she would drag us down the street, and we would all get in the cheese line, like for real. So everybody on the block got in the cheese line, but the line used to get so long. But we were always kind of like at the front of the line. And it's funny now that I think about it, getting in the cheese line. So and we call it the cheese line because the cheese was a big, huge, had to be like a 5-pound block of cheese, and you eat off that cheese for like the whole month. But the cheese was good, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, it was some good cheese, but I hated the cheese line, y'all. And I had to tell y'all that story. And I forgot even while I was telling the story. But anyway, people that's from Jersey, especially from Newark, and I don't even know about East Orange, I just know about Newark. We got in that cheese line, and I hated every second of it. And there was a point to the story, but I lost it. Anyway, if you didn't have to get in the cheese line, God bless you. All right, let's keep this train rolling. So today is Monday, August the 29th. Yes, it is. We got 2 days left before this month is out. Ooh, time be a flying, baby. Time be a flying. Yes, it does. It's August the 29th. It's National Chop Suey Day. It's also according to Hoyle Day. Have no idea what that is, but Hoyle must be someone or something important, because it's according to Hoyle Day. It's National Lemon Juice Day. Yeah, speaking of lemon juice, I had crabs yesterday. So normally on Fridays or Saturdays. Now it's Saturdays because I got to go to Friday night football. My husband and I have date night, and we go out and we get fried crabs. And so yesterday I didn't want anything that we had in the house, and I had crab legs, like just regular crab, snow crab legs. Man, were they good. Here's the funny thing though, y'all. As much as I like them, I cannot eat them without lemon juice. So I often ask myself, is it the crabs that I like, or is it the lemon juice? It's a combination of the two, I think, though. Because I really can't eat one without the other. But I had lemon juice on my crabs, and they were amazing. They were. Someone treated me to crab legs yesterday. I was like, yes. And you know, it was so funny. It was my uncle. My uncle treated me. And I never asked for anything, hardly ever. Not even from my husband as much, right? And he was like, because my husband bought chicken. And I was like, I want no more chicken. And he was like, what you gonna eat? I was like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I want crabs. So I had to take him to the grocery store. And he was like, you want me to get the crabs? I said, well, you know, they can be a little pricey. So, I mean, if it's not going to hurt you. He's like, I got the money. So you know, I kind of like offended him a little bit. But, you know, I know what I don't mind spending. But I don't know if people going to mind spending what I spend on what I like. So, you know, and I never ask him for anything. He says that everybody should never ask me for nothing, which is true. I don't. And he asks me half the time, 90% of the time we go out, he's like, what you want? I'm like, nothing. Because I really don't want nothing. And when he asks me about eating out, I'm like, I have no idea what I want. So that's always almost always nothing. Because I really don't know most of the time. Like, if it doesn't involve seafood, I really don't know. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. All right, let's get on with these horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Michael Thompson for today, Monday, August the 29th. Shout out to all the Virgo babies out there. Happy birthday, baby. Hope y'all have a wonderful day today. We're going to kick this thing off like we always do, and that is with Aries. If you can make phone calls instead of going out, do. You can make progress if you deal with the right individuals. Try to make your lover understand that you need to do things with your friends. Yeah, listen, you need some time. Let me tell you something. Everybody needs their own space at some point, right? It's cool y'all together, right? But let that person know I need to breathe for a second, and it's okay. Now, if they are feeling insecure, you need to find out why and address that issue. And then that way you can have some freedom to do some things with your friends. Because when I hang out with my friends, I hang out with my friends, So I'm like, listen, I'm going out. I'll be back in a little while. And my husband normally say, okay. That's mostly what the response is. All right, see you later. But it would be the same thing for him if he went somewhere with his friends. Like, I ain't like, you can't go out. Nah, that's not me. It's not how I've ever been. So Aries, make your person understand that you need some space, and they should want some space too. Who wants to be stuck up under somebody all the time? Like, I get it. You love him. I love my husband too, but I'm sure he doesn't want to be stuck up under me all the time. Heck, I think by the time he spend the weekend, he's like, "Ooh, got to go to work." The crazy thing is, I don't bother him. So if that's how he feels, not because I bother him, because I don't. I'm in my own little crazy little Pisces world. He probably would tell you that too. Taurus, spend time getting to know each other. Put your energy into home renovations. Be sure to look into travel opportunities that will provide you with mental stimulation. Okay, where you going? Where you got? What kind of travel opportunities is going to provide mental stimulation? You going to somewhere where the history is great? History is great all over the world. History is great all over the United States. You can go to places and find out the most amazing history. Some of it you may like, some of it you may not. Some of it may shock your pants off, but you can get stimulated anywhere you go in this world because there's some history somewhere that's shocking or important. Somewhere. In the meantime, spend time getting to know that person, getting to know who they really are. Listen, I was telling my daughter the other day, I was like, ask this person, do they know your favorite color? Do they know your favorite food? Do they know what you like and what you don't like? Because here's the thing. If you can't answer them questions after 2 or 3 months, you ain't spending no quality time really getting to know nobody. I'm just saying. Because by the time you 2 or 3 months in, you should know that person's favorite color, their favorite food, where they grew up at, all of this stuff. Especially trying to build something. Now, if you ain't really trying to build something with somebody, then you don't know. But I feel like if you're trying to build something with somebody, take time to get to know them, like really know them. You would never know anybody 100% ever. But know as much as you can. If you feel like that's your person or that could be your person, the only way to do that, to feel that way, you got to know that person. You can't go by looks. You can't go by status. I find that a lot of people get caught up in definitely looks. Always has been looks. But now I feel like it's a status thing. Like, they look at the status, look at who you are, who you hang around, and they get caught up in that. But that may not be the real you. Because when you're in public, you got that public-facing person who has to be that person. Like, and when I'm outside, I have to be this other person, because when I'm out doing business. I have to be Miss Boss, right? I have a tattoo on my arm saying Miss Boss. I have to be Miss Boss. But when I'm behind closed doors, I am just strictly Audrey. Audrey who lives in her own little Pisces world. That's who I am. And so people get caught up in status, but you need to know that real person, behind the closed door person, not the intimacy part, but the real person. Like when they take off the facade that they show to the outside world, who is that person? You got to know that person. So spend some time, Taurus, getting to know that person. Gemini, changes could be overwhelming. You need to get out if you want to meet potential partners. You can make it up to them later. So I don't know what you've done, Gemini, but you'll have some time to make it up to them later. Anyway, changes could be overwhelming, but you got to get out to meet potential partners. You got to get out the house, get out the office, get from behind the computer, get out the car. You got to get out. You got to get out there. You got to meet them. Cancer, someone you live with is ready to play emotional games. Do what you can to help them, but don't neglect your own family. Make changes that will enhance your appearance and entice potential partners. All right, listen, don't let anybody play with your emotions, Cancer. And you can tell when somebody's trying to play you out. So tell them, look, stop trying to play me out. Just straight up. Keep it real right out the gate. And you know when they're trying to play you out. And then you kind of like don't go along with that crap. Stop trying to play me out. That's one of the things they say about me. I can be a little bit blunt at times. I can. And I'm really not that person. I'm not a bootlicker. I don't play games like that emotionally. I'm not playing with people's emotions. I'm very cognizant about things. Don't do that. And Cancer, don't let anybody do that to you. In the meantime, do what you can to help them, but don't let like your own family. They should be able to understand that. And here's the thing: if they don't understand that you got to help your own family, then that may be the wrong person, right? That's a selfish person who only cares about themselves. Watch yourself with that one. Leo, don't start a dispute unless you are prepared to accept irreversible results. Your stubbornness coupled with your mate's jealousy don't make for a favorable time. Put all your energy into money-making ventures. All of it? Listen, as much as I am a workaholic when it comes to my business, I can't say put all your energy into money-making ventures because you got to have some energy for your family and friends, right? I'm not saying give them a whole lot, especially your family. You got to give them some. Now, the friends, you can probably issue that out a little bit, like spread it out a little bit. Put a lot of your energy into your money-making ventures, but not all of it. Because you got to have some balance. A little bit anyway. I used to didn't have any. I have some now. So you got to have a little bit of balance, Leo. So I am Michael Thiessen. I'm not really agreeing on that one 100%. I'm saying not all your energy. Have some balance. That's just me. I'm not the stars. I'm not the star predictor. I'm just an entrepreneur who understands you need some balance. Virgo, you will enjoy interacting with those who come from different backgrounds. Avoid letting children and friends borrow. You are best to be accommodating for the time being. Sudden romantic infatuations will not last. Okay, so sudden, it's just a flash. It's just a fling. It's not gonna last. So don't get all set on thinking this is your person. It's not. Virgo, it's not gonna last. It's just one of them things that's happening right now. So I know you feel all these good fluttery butterflies and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be for the moment, baby. It's romance for the moment, so don't get caught up. All right? All right, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by nodal astrologer Michael Thiessen. Stay tuned.
You repair my weakness, satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you innocent. You wanna take a piece of my heart again. I'll get it all, 'cause I just don't know. Something in your eyes, the way you stare me that I like. I wanna let you go, but it's like something holds me tight. You might break my heart tonight, but I'm gonna hold it tight. Oh, it feels like yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow, yellow, yellow. You had to let me go. Yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow. We tried too many times. You misbehaving. You must not know me. You make me crazy. Kinda like Johnny. Thumbs it down better. The way you stare me that I like. I wanna let you go, but it's like something holds me tight. You might break my heart tonight, but I'm gonna hold it tight. Oh, it feels like yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow, yellow, yellow. You had to let me go. Yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow. We tried too many times. Ooh, you got me feeling cool. Ooh, you got me feeling blue. Something about you so see-through. Something just ain't right by you. Yeah, can I do you like I? You like I? Can I do you like I? Yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow, yellow, yellow. You had to let me go. Heartbreaks and heartaches. We tried too many times. Heartbreaks and heartaches. We tried too many times. No one knew you like I do. Wonder why you want me by your side, like all the time. You want my love all night. Telling me lies, baby, stop telling me lies.
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, bringing you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thyssen. We'll pick it up with Libra. Try not to lend or borrow money today. It won't take much to upset your lover. You would need to do a lot of research if you wish to get to the bottom of things. So you gotta do your homework. In the meantime, don't lend any money and don't borrow any. Yep. And unfortunately, it's not going to take a lot for your lover to be upset. So tread lightly, baby. Tread lightly, Libra. Because anything you probably can sneeze and then that person's going to be upset. I don't know. It has nothing to do with you probably for real. It probably has everything to do with them. So the least little thing that you do or say is going to piss them off. So just know that. And just know that it's not you. It's the stars. That's all. That's the way the stars are lined up today for you and them. Scorpio, try to keep to yourself, working diligently on domestic chores and responsibilities. Spend some time with the people who can shed some light on your personal situation. Your involvement with groups will raise your self-esteem. Yeah, find some people. Find some like-minded people, Scorpio, that you can get around because that's going to help you feel better about what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish, all of that good stuff. You got to be around people that's like-minded, right? So y'all can give each other that good energy. Right now, I'm in a, I guess you can call it an accountability club. It's cool, and we keep each other accountable. So today, I had to do a live video. In the goal, I did a challenge, so I got a challenge right now. 45 live videos. There's one a day for the next 45 days. So I put that in the group, and everybody kind of was just like, I don't know about that one, Audrey, but I'm going to go live 45 days straight in a row. Now, I'll be going live twice today because I got a new client who has joined Noise Podcast Network, and I would be co-hosting her show with her. So that's one of the services that we offer, a co-hosting plan. So if you want to get started and you just need somebody to hold your hands for like maybe a couple of months to get you off the ground, and then we let your hand go, and you're still a part of the network, but you're on your own after that, or until you feel like you're good. So that show is coming out. It's called Real Talk with Dr. Chin, and she is a pastor, and she's going to be talking about biblical principles, but she's really cool. Like, she still likes club music, y'all. That's that Jersey. That's the up north club music, so house music. So that's coming on the day. But anyway, yeah, so just make sure. Sagittarius, exercise discipline when it comes to controlling bad habits. If you can't get ahead in the company you're with, perhaps it's time to move on. You can have a working relationship with children if you exercise patience and understanding of dilemmas they face. All right, listen. If you can't get ahead where you are, if your head has hit the glass ceiling, you can't go no further without putting your head through the glass, it might just be time for you to move on. Somebody is listening right now. They need to hear this message. It is time. It may be time for you to move on because you are bumping your head against the ceiling because you can't go no further. So how many times do you need to bump your head before you realize I can go no further? I'm just saying, somebody is bumping their head, right? Somebody got up this morning and they went to work and they hit the head on the ceiling because it's like there's nowhere else for them to go. Here's what I will say. If you are planning on making that move, make sure that you are a marketable candidate for any position that you go for. And what I mean by that is make sure that, you have the necessary skills and background. And if you don't have it, go get it. It's so much training out there. I talk about this all the time. You can learn whatever you want right now. So much training out there. So go out there and get the training and make sure your resume is tight and then put yourself out there. Yes, you're going to get rejected. Let me just keep it real. Do you know how many people I've heard who say they went for jobs and they get my daughter totally rejected to the point where you need to have tough skin before you even put out the first resume. I'm just trying to tell you what I hear. The word on the street is your rejection is high because people will take you. My daughter went through, I want to say one job. She went through 5 interviews. She literally went to the building. She thought she had it. They invited her to the building. They invited her to meet all the managers. And a couple of days later, they said we decided to go in a different direction. She was distraught. She thought she had it. I mean, they were like offering her the packages, and when she left the in-person interview, it was like, yeah, we decided to go in a different direction. So, yes, you may be thinking about doing it. Make sure you're marketable, but just be prepared for the rejection. If you can handle that, you can find what you want. And I always say that if you didn't get the position that you went for, that wasn't the position for you. You got to understand that part. Like, you got to understand the law of attraction. If that's not the position you got, that wasn't the one for you. And I think if people just thought about things that way, it's not the one for you. It's not the one for you. It's nothing against you. It's just not your position. It's like your person, right? You go through a bunch of frogs trying to get to the prince, and all these frogs, you're like, oh my God, nah, it's not your prince. It's still a frog for you. Understand that. Oh, I feel like I need to tell somebody that today. I feel like a pastor. Somebody needs to hear that word today. Capricorn. Don't give out any personal information that you don't want to spread around. Yeah, don't. You can get the attention of important individuals, but it might not be the time to get them to help you or back your ideas. Do yourself a favor and leave your plastic at home. Work home if possible. Listen, do not take the credit card out today, Capricorn. You're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted to overdo it. Leave it at home. So if you go out today, put $20 in your pocket for cash, and when you spend that $20, you're done. I know that's hard. Make sure you got gas in your tank, though, because you don't want to get there and spend the $20 and you ain't got no gas and you ain't got no plastic. So make sure you got gas in the tank. Take the $20 if you got to go out, and that's all you take. Because here's the thing. That's all you can spend if that's all you take. I'm just saying. I'm trying to help somebody today. Aquarius. You can make major gains professionally by completing projects on time. Make plans that would take you to exotic destinations. Finish those changes you've been talking about making to your residence. One of my friends just came from Greece yesterday. Oh, that is a trip I am looking forward to taking. Greece, Egypt, and other parts of Africa, Bali, and Italy. Those are the places that I'm looking forward to going. She just got back from Greece yesterday, and I'm sure I can't wait to hear how that trip went, because I'm sure it was beautiful. So anyway, Aquarius, I know, make some plans to take you an exotic destination. I want to go to Santorini. I've seen that in pictures. It looks amazing, and I want to go to Athens. So those are on my list of places to visit. So anyway, you do the same, Aquarius. Find some time. All right, last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces. Some of the extra energy you have stored up might just be put to good use. Your love will not be willing to listen to your criticism. Be careful what you say. All right, fish, loose lips sink ships. So be careful what you say today. And your love may not be willing to listen to your criticism. So listen, be careful what you say and how you say it. It's probably not even what you're going to say. It's like how you say it. Right? Because, that's what I get. It's not what you said, it's how you said it. Well, how did I say it? I mean, you can't tell me, so I must have didn't say it any kind of way. Here's the thing. Just be careful today. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right? You don't want to say something that you're going to regret. You don't want to say something that you can't take back. All of that right there. In the meantime, put that extra energy to good use. I don't know what that is for you, but mine is all business. I got a slate. I got a list of things that I have to complete. I didn't realize how big my list was until this morning when I woke up and went down the list. I'm like, oh my God, I have a lot to do in a very short period of time. Like, I got 1 month to launch 3 projects, 2 for clients and 1 for myself. Yeah. So I got a lot on my to-do list. So anyway, put that energy to good use. All right, cool. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscope brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Dawson. Now let's get on to some news you can use. So the U.S. government is going to end the free at-home COVID testing program. Yeah, like they've been giving out COVID tests for a while now. They're free. You can do them at home. But the government is ending that program this week, citing a lack of funding, efforts to preserve supply ahead of anticipated fall surge in cases. So a White House told official on Sunday. Both the White House and the website where people can claim their tests blamed Congress for failing to provide additional funding for the program, which provided up to 16 free tests per household since the beginning of the year. So right now they're saying that they do not have the funding to continue that program, so you can't test yourself at home. So that means you're probably going to have to go out and get tested at a testing center. Ooh, I know, right? Yeah. Ordering through this program will be suspended this coming Friday because Congress hasn't provided additional funding to replenish the nation's stockpiles of tests. Yeah, so the administration launched the initiative, which shipped rapid tests to Americans via United Postal Service in January amidst the wave of Omicron variants and limited testing availability. I have tests. I think I have 1 left. I have 1. I only sent out, though, I think we sent out for a total of, we sent out twice. And so now we have 1 left. So, listen, keep your mask on. Wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart, all of that good stuff, because otherwise you're going to have to try to go to one of those testing sites. And I don't even know if they pay for it anymore. When COVID first came out, it was free to get tested. So I don't even know if they're still paying for a free test or not. I mean, if they can't pay for the test kit to be sent out to you, chances are you probably have to pay to get the testing done at the testing site. So just be careful. Wash your hands. Still use the protocols we've used. I know some people like whatever, but I'm just saying. Gwinnett County, listen, you know it's about to be election season. It's about to be on and popping right now. Gwinnett County election officials are looking for poll workers for the upcoming general election, and they will spend the next month holding events to find candidates for the job. The county has announced a series of 6 poll worker hiring events, which will be held at Gwinnett County Public Library branches. The first hiring event will be held 3 p.m. From 3 until 7 p.m. on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, at the Lawrenceville branch library, which is located at 1001 Lawrenceville Highway in Lawrenceville. So they need poll workers. You know it's time. It's that time of season. We got to vote for all these. Okay, let me just say this, y'all. And I have to say this because I wasn't going to say nothing, but I have to say something because I laughed so hard yesterday. And it's not a laughing matter, but just looking at this commercial, it was hilarious. So I don't know if you guys have seen the commercial with Herschel Walker, and he's talking about he worked at Quantico, and everything he said he did, like the commercial came on, say he never did that. He worked at something, and he was training at some center in Cobb County in Marietta, and they was like he never did that either. And he was with the FBI, he never did it. I laughed so hard because in the commercial, it was like, y'all didn't know that, right? I didn't tell y'all that. It was I couldn't stop laughing. So my husband came upstairs. I know he was like, what's wrong with her? But you got to see that commercial. I'm like, really? It was hilarious. Anyway, they need poll workers because we have very important elections coming. We got that election with Herschel Walker against Senator Warnock. And of course, you got Stacey against Bryan and a whole bunch of other local lights. And so we need poll workers. So if you're thinking about starting a poll worker, you got an opportunity to do that. Anyone interested in being a poll worker must be a citizen who is at least 16 years old and capable of reading, writing, and speaking English. County officials said candidates must also be a Gwinnett resident or a Gwinnett government employee. All right, so they got 6 events coming up. The first one is going to be this Wednesday at the Lawrenceville Public Library. Then on September the 6th from 3 to 7, it's going to be at the Five Forks Trickham branch. This is a hiring event for them to hire poll workers. And that's located at 2780 Five Forks Trickham Road in Lawrenceville. Then the next one is going to be from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on September the 8th at the Centerville Branch Library, which is located at 3025 Bethany Church Road in Snellville. Then the next one is going to be from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. on September the 13th at the Duluth Branch Public Library. That's located at 3180 Main Street in Duluth. Then 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on September the 19th at the Decula Public Branch. That's located at 265 Decula Road in Decula. And the last hiring event is going to be from noon to 4 p.m. on September the 24th at the Norcross Branch Library, which is located at 5735 Buford Highway in Norcross. All right. So you want to make sure that you are 16 years or older. You want to make sure that you are a Gwinnett citizen or a Gwinnett County county employee to be able to serve, to take these trainings and be able to serve. We need people out there, so make sure to go and register for one of these hiring events. For more information, go to GwinnettDailyPost.com. You can see the whole list of locations. Again, if I read them too fast, of course, I'm trying to get through the list, but you can always go there and check them out. GwinnettDailyPost.com. You can check it out there. And listen, when y'all see that commercial with Herschel Walker, I don't know. It's something about him. I'm not saying it in a good way. I'm just not. And I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying it's just when I see his stuff come up, it just makes me laugh. I just feel like it's laughable. And yesterday I was cracking up and I'm like, yeah, y'all didn't know. You had to see the face. Like, yeah, I was at Quantico. Y'all didn't know that? Oh yeah, y'all didn't know that. It was crazy, y'all. I was cracking up. And I'm just looking at the commercial just cracking up because it was hilarious to me. And people probably think, oh, it wasn't that funny. It was funny to me. All right, I'm going to go to the song. I'll be right back after the song to bring you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
Just text, I know it's a toss up, but I hate the fact that we lost touch. Hey, the Uber pulling up on call, Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do? Look, I'm trying to spend this time with you. Know we overdue. What you doing right now? Baby, won't you swing my way? It's been a day and I've been thinking out loud. I know I want you. Long time since the last time. Got a tab, we can run up. Knew you from the way, now we grown up. My look, yeah, made the realest ones nervous. But if you want it, tap in. I think that I know somewhere that we could go to crash land. We could keep the pace on slow jam. Don't leave me on red. Can we go back where we first began? No plans, all we had was the moment. This text, I know it's a toss-up. Ashamed who I was, now I'm paid by the sentence. Taking my time with it. Baby, give me yours, so I could get them butterflies trapped in your rib cage. Let me know we on the same page. Hit me with a text, voice note, or an emoji. Waiting all day for your name on the ID. So if you want it, tap in. I think that I know somewhere that we could go to crash land. And we could keep the pace on slow jam. Don't leave me on red. Can we go back where we first began? No plans, all we had was the moment. Just text, I know it's a toss-up. But I hate the fact that we lost touch. Yeah, the Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do?
Welcome back. That's that song. I think as when I got towards the end of the song, I remember that's that song that sounds like a Disney song at the end. I wonder what they were thinking about when they actually made that song, because that's like one of them. It's like slow at the end, like okay. All right, welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So Gwinnett County extended the deadline for nonprofits to apply for COVID recovery funds. Yeah, so they got some money out there and they want to extend that deadline. So the Gwinnett County officials have extended the deadline by which local nonprofits have to apply for the Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery funds. The county announced on Friday that the application deadline will be now September the 9th. Gwinnett County government and the United Way of Greater Atlanta will be allocating $4.25 million in funds that was provided to the county by the U.S. Department of Treasury. The funding was made available through the American Rescue Plan Act and must be used to address issues that either emerged or were made worse by COVID-19 in the pandemic and economic fallout. So some of the things that I was on that call. So some of the things that nonprofits can use that money for is homelessness, education for youth, for babies between, I think, baby to 5 years old, for food insecurities and some other things. So if you are a nonprofit and you know that your nonprofit address some of those issues, the money is still there, then you have to apply for it. So make sure all your ducks in order, because I spoke to a nonprofit that I actually referred to apply for this money, and what she said to me was her papers were not in order, and so you have to have your stuff in order to apply. So if you don't have your stuff in order, go get on it right now. It's $4.25 million out there for you, but you're not going to get it if your stuff is not tight. And I want to say something else, but this is a family show. And when I referred this person who had a nonprofit to it, she said, I'm still putting all my paperwork in order. Get your stuff together now. So, cause here's the thing, when you are ready, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Let me say that one more again. When you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So when these opportunities present themselves, you can take advantage of them. So if you're a nonprofit and you're trying to figure out, and you serve people who are in the homeless population, who have food insecurities, there are children between the ages of baby, newborns to 5. And I'm going to tell you this. When I was on that call with United Way, you could be very creative if you were working with children between newborns and 5. You could be. They didn't have a set of rules that they said you must do this for this group. They didn't have that. They was like, listen, come with your creativity, which means you come with the creativity and all your paperwork in place, you could probably get some of that money. But you got to be servicing that population, babies to 5 years old. So you got to come with something creative, because they didn't have anything specifically that they were asking. They just said be creative. I was on a call with them, so I know what they said. So, but they also say your stuff need to be tight. So, and just know that the deadline is extended. You got a good 9 days. I'm not going to even give you, I'm saying 9 days to get your stuff together. All right. Did you know that the city of Lawrenceville Senior Center offers transportation to and from the center? Yes, it does. It offers breakfast and lunch and individual counseling. This is for seniors. A lot of people don't even know that this service exists in Lawrenceville. But anyway, it does. There are activities and services included, including educational and fitness classes, arts and craft, recreational interests, volunteering, day trips, basic hair cutting, and more. In order for you to apply for these services, you got to be 60 years or older to participate, and you can do that by going to G as in Gwinnett, C as in Charlie, G as in Gwinnett, A as in Apple.us/senior service. That's gcga.us/senior services. If you know someone who is 60 years or older, they want to get out of the house, they want to meet some new friends, they want to hang out for a day, all of these services are offered at the Lawrenceville Senior Center. And there's transportation to and from the center. That's the good part about it. So if you just want to hang out, there's transportation for you to hang out. You can go to breakfast. They got lunch. They got counseling. They got activities. All these great things for our senior citizens who just want to get out the house. You know, if you're not afraid to get out and be around people, there's an opportunity for you to do that. So again, that's gcga.us/services. They got an exercise room. They got pool tables. I think that's pretty doggone cool. Especially if you just want to get out the house and do stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the Senior Center right here in Lawrenceville. And they have transportation. How about that? That's even better, right? That's right. There is a noise ordinance in Lawrenceville. Just a reminder for those of you who are just noisy. There is a noise ordinance in Lawrenceville, and if you know that the noise you're making is exceeding 100 feet, you might get a ticket. You might get a citation because there's a noise ordinance. And I know some people don't know this, but I'm letting you know right now. So if you are making loud noises, the music is loud, your car is loud, the mufflers on your motorcycle is loud, and it's exceeding 100 feet, you just might get a citation. So just know that there is one. It has been in place since November 2021, so it's not new. It went into effect December 2021. So just know that somebody asked, can you put some signs on 316 letting the truckers know that Jake brakes are not allowed within the city limits, because they are loud. So maybe they should do that. And you know what's kind of cool? Yeah, and then they send the people on South Lawn, like, listen, South Lawn, people live, so that's the crazy part, right? So, downtown Lawrence, but they have a lot of events down there on the lawn. And so that could become a little bit noisy. And there are actually people that live over there now. Before there were no people. Now there are people. So there are noise ordinances that are there. So, yeah, it's just crazy. I think that's hilarious. People like, yeah, let the truckers put a sign, let the truckers know that their trucks are too loud. Yeah. Yep. So somebody said, think about making noise with bringing measuring. Listen, anyone bring a measuring tape. Like, how do you measure 100 feet? I don't know. Anyway, when you get to hear what people have to say in some of these comments, they are so funny. I'll be cracking up sometimes because people are funny. Like, they say what they want to say, and the reason they do is because it's online. Like, nobody can really see them. They can see their picture. They can't see the people, but they can see their picture. Yeah, so you're going to get a citation. Yeah, so just so you know. Citizens, they're going to report excessive noise. I don't know. People call the police on you. All right, listen, I'm going to go to my last song. Then I'm going to come and close it out with my words of inspiration. So stay tuned. I'll be right back after this last song to close it out for you.
I'm telling you that there ain't no other way. Pack your bags and then you will go away. I'm not gonna be begging you to stay. Said maybe if you asked me yesterday, I would handle this differently. Things are different, I'm a new me. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So even if you're asking, even if you're asking, 'cause I do what I do, and it's time for something new. Yeah, gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Sometimes giving up can make you grow. Can make you grow. Can make you grow. Don't wanna be stuck in a spot, telling you it ain't what I thought. Don't wanna be stuck in a spot, 'cause I don't really like what I got, so I changed it bit by bit. It's not ungrateful, just being helpful for me and you. 'Cause we gotta go our own way, gotta go our own way. Yeah, this was not a good stay, gotta go our own way. 'Cause I do what I do, and it's time for something new. Yeah, gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Sometimes giving up can make you grow. Can make you grow. Can make you grow. I don't appreciate the chase. Now there's nothing here for me. Yeah. I gotta go, I'll fly away to a new space. I don't appreciate the chase. Now there's nothing here for me. Yeah. I gotta go, I'll fly away to a new space. 'Cause gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Sometimes giving up can make you grow. Can make you grow. Can make you grow. Sometimes
Welcome back. Listen, guys, I'm in a funny mood today. So everything, like I told y'all about Herschel Walker, like I don't know, I think he put me in a funny mood just thinking about his commercial. So I wanted something funny to share today. And so I was looking at all these funny, all these funny quotes for today, and I got one that I thought was really funny. It says, "I'm at a place in my life when errands are starting to count as going out." Now, somebody's probably saying, "Oh, that's so corny." But to me, that was funny because if you're at a place in your life where running errands is considered going out, yeah, you're at a, what does that mean about you, man? That's hard. That's hilarious. And then there's another one here. It says, "The only thing that separates us from animals is our ability to accessorize." And Olivia Dukakis said that in Still Magnolia. Yeah, that's the only thing that separates us from animals because we can accessorize. Other than that, we're animals. I know it is the truth. Whew, anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm in rare form today. I just wanna laugh and be happy and make y'all laugh, and hope you enjoyed your horoscopes, and hope you have a wonderful day. I want to thank you for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 52 minutes with me, and I love you and appreciate for that. Be sure to, if you missed any past episodes of this show, go to good. I'm still smiling, y'all. If y'all can see me right now, I don't even know why I'm smiling, but it's a good thing. If you missed any episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Be sure to download the app from the App Store. So whether you got an Android app or Android phone or Apple phone, there's an app in your App Store. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at Good Morning Gwinnett. I will be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. I think I'm going to be live streaming from the district attorney's office tomorrow. There's an event that I have been invited to attend. And so chances are I'll be going live from the district attorney's office. She's doing an event tomorrow, and I got a double invite, so which means I need to be there. So you may hear not my normal way of doing the show because it probably is going to be live from the district attorney office, the Gwinnett County District Attorney office. So be sure to check it out and see what she has to say. You know, she's doing some work in Gwinnett County, and there's an event coming up. So if I am not there, which I probably will be, you will probably hear that event live, okay? Or you'll hear me talking live. All right, that's all I got. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m., God willing. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.